The drone operator had been flying for hours that day, capturing footage of luxury properties in the area for his social media channel. He had permission for most of them, had coordinated with owners and agents, had followed all the rules. But when his drone drifted slightly off course, when it passed over a property that wasn't on his list, when the camera captured what lay below, he made a decision that would change everything. He kept filming. The footage was breathtaking even from the air. The property stretched across what looked like several acres, carefully landscaped grounds that blended seamlessly with the natural surroundings. The main house was modern but warm, all glass and stone and clean lines, positioned to maximize views and privacy. A pool sparkled in the afternoon sun, surrounded by lounging areas and carefully placed trees. A guest house sat discreetly to one side, connected to the main property by a covered walkway. Gardens wound throughout, with paths and seating areas, and what looked like a small vegetable plot. The drone operator didn't know whose property this was when he filmed it. He only knew it was beautiful, worth sharing, worth featuring on his channel. He edited the footage, added music, posted it with a caption about an incredible luxury property he had discovered. Within hours, the comments section exploded with recognition. Fans had spotted details they recognized from Yang Mei Mei's occasional social media posts: the distinctive landscaping, the style of the architecture, the view that matched photos she had shared years ago. This wasn't just any luxury property. This was Yang Mei Mei's home. The video spread rapidly from there. Shared by fan accounts, picked up by entertainment news outlets, featured in articles about celebrity real estate. Within 3 days, it had been viewed over 50 million times across various platforms. Comments poured in from every continent, in dozens of languages, expressing everything from admiration to envy to outright hostility. The mansion had become a global phenomenon, and Yang Mei Mei had no idea any of it was happening until her phone started exploding with notifications. She was in the garden when it happened, planting flowers with her daughter. The sun was warm, the soil was soft, and her little girl was covered in more dirt than any child should reasonably accumulate. It was one of those perfect afternoons that made all the chaos of their lives worthwhile. Then her phone started buzzing, then buzzing more, then buzzing so constantly that she finally had to check it. She saw the notifications, saw the video, saw the comments, and felt her stomach drop. She called Yulong immediately, her voice shaking. He was in a meeting, but he excused himself the moment he heard her tone. She explained what had happened, sent him the video, waited while he watched it. His response was calm, controlled, exactly what she needed. "I'll handle it," he said. "Don't look at the comments. Don't read what they're saying. Just stay with our daughter and let me deal with this." But she did look at the comments. Of course she did. She scrolled through hundreds of them, unable to stop, watching her home being dissected by strangers. Some comments were beautiful, fans expressing happiness for her success, saying she deserved everything she had worked for, sharing their own dreams of one day owning something similar. Those comments made her smile, made her feel seen and supported and loved. Other comments were harder to read. Critics questioned why anyone needed such a large home, why so much space for just 3 people, why such obvious displays of wealth in a world full of suffering. Some called her greedy, out of touch, disconnected from the struggles of ordinary people. A few made darker accusations, suggesting the money must have come from somewhere shady, that no one could afford such a home through honest work. The international reaction added another layer. Fans from different countries brought different perspectives. In some cultures, the mansion was seen as the ultimate achievement, proof that dreams could come true. In others, it was viewed as excessive, inappropriate, something to be ashamed of rather than celebrated. The cultural divide played out in comment sections, with arguments erupting across language barriers, each side convinced of their own rightness. Yang Mei Mei read all of it, absorbing the praise and the criticism in equal measure. She thought about the journey that had brought her here, the years of struggle and rejection, the moments when she couldn't afford rent, let alone a mansion. She thought about the work she had put in, the sacrifices she had made, the nights she had cried herself to sleep wondering if she would ever make it. She thought about her daughter, about the life she was building for her, about the security and stability that this house represented. And she thought about what the house actually meant to her, which was nothing like what the commenters imagined. It wasn't a status symbol or a display of wealth. It was a sanctuary, a place where she could escape the cameras and the crowds and the endless demands of fame. It was where her daughter took her first steps, where family dinners happened, where memories were made that no amount of money could buy. It was home, plain and simple, and the fact that it was beautiful didn't change that fundamental truth. Yulong came home early that evening, finding her in the living room with their daughter asleep on her chest. He sat beside her, wrapped an arm around her shoulders, and just held her for a long moment. They didn't need to talk about what had happened. They just needed to be together, to remember what mattered, to ground themselves in each other's presence. Eventually, she spoke. "I didn't ask for this," she said quietly. "I didn't invite them in. I didn't want them to see." He nodded, kissing her temple. "I know, but they saw anyway. And now we have to decide what to do about it." She looked at him, searching his face for answers. "What can we do? The video is everywhere. We can't unpost it. We can't make people unsee it." He was quiet for a moment, thinking. "We can't control what they see," he said finally. "But we can control what we say about it. We can tell our own story, on our own terms. We can remind them that this is just a house, that it doesn't define us, that what matters is the life we live inside it." She considered this, turning it over in her mind.
"A statement," she said.
"We issue a statement. Not defensive, not angry, just honest. Just us." They worked on it together that night, after their daughter was in bed, sitting at the kitchen table with cups of tea and the weight of the world on their shoulders. They wrote about the house, about what it meant to them, about the journey that had brought them here. They wrote about the years of struggle, the moments of doubt, the sacrifices they had made. They wrote about their daughter, about wanting to give her stability and security, about the importance of home in a life that was often anything but stable. They didn't argue with those people, didn't try to convince them otherwise. They simply asked for understanding, for the recognition that everyone's journey is different, that success looks different for everyone, that the house was just one small part of a much larger story. The statement was released the next morning through their official channels. Within hours, it had been shared millions of times, translated into dozens of languages, discussed on every platform. The response was overwhelming in its complexity. Some fans appreciated the honesty, the vulnerability, the willingness to address the controversy directly. Others felt it was insufficient, that they should have apologized or explained more, that the statement didn't go far enough. Yang Mei Mei stopped reading the comments after that. She made a conscious decision to protect her peace, to focus on what she could control, to let the world say what it would say without letting it affect her. She had said what she needed to say. She had told her truth. What happened next was out of her hands. The controversy continued for weeks, as controversies always do. Media outlets ran follow-up stories analyzing the statement, interviewing experts, keeping the conversation alive. Fan communities remained divided, some defending her fiercely, others continuing to criticize. The drone operator who had started it all faced backlash too, accused of invasion of privacy, of profiting from someone else's private life. He eventually deleted the video, but by then it was too late. The damage was done. But something unexpected happened as the weeks passed. The conversation shifted, slowly, almost imperceptibly at first. More voices began speaking in defense of Yang Mei Mei, not just fans but ordinary people who had followed the story and formed their own opinions. They talked about the importance of celebrating success, of not tearing people down for achieving their dreams. They talked about the double standards applied to women, especially successful women, the way they were criticized for things that men were celebrated for. They talked about the right to privacy, the violation that had started everything, the fact that none of this would have happened if someone hadn't flown a drone where it didn't belong. Yang Mei Mei noticed the shift, though she tried not to pay too much attention. She was focused on her family, on her work, on the life she was building. The mansion was just where she lived, not who she was. She refused to let it become more than that, refused to let the controversy define her. She went back to planting flowers with her daughter, back to cooking dinner with Yulong, back to the ordinary moments that made life worth living. Their daughter, still too young to understand any of this, continued growing and thriving. She didn't know that millions of people had seen her home, that strangers had debated her family's wealth, that her mother had been at the center of an international controversy. She only knew that she had a beautiful place to live, with gardens to explore and rooms to play in and parents who loved her completely. She only knew that home was safe, that home was good, that home was where she belonged. The mansion itself, the subject of so much attention, remained unchanged. The gardens continued blooming, the pool continued sparkling, the rooms continued holding the memories of a family building a life together. It was just a house after all. Walls and windows and floors and roofs. Beautiful, yes. Expensive, certainly. But still just a house. The life inside it, the love that filled its rooms, the moments that happened within its walls, those were what mattered. Those were what made it home. In the years since the controversy, Yang Mei Mei has rarely spoken about it. She's learned that some battles aren't worth fighting, that some conversations can't be won, that the best response to criticism is often simply to live well and let the results speak for themselves. She still lives in the mansion, still loves it, still appreciates every beautiful corner. But she's also aware, always, that it's just a thing, just a possession, just a place. The people inside are what matter. Yulong has been her anchor through all of it, steady and unwavering. He reminds her, when she needs reminding, that they didn't do anything wrong. They worked hard, they succeeded, they bought a beautiful home. There's no shame in any of that. The only shame is in the people who tried to tear them down for it. He holds her when she doubts, encourages her when she falters, loves her through every storm. Their daughter is older now, old enough to start understanding some of what happened. They've begun talking to her about it, gently, carefully, in ways appropriate for her age. They tell her about the drone in the video and the millions of people who saw their home. They tell her about the comments, the good and the bad, the support and the criticism. They tell her that some people will always have opinions about her life, but that those opinions don't define her. They tell her that home is where love lives, and that's the only thing that really matters. She listens with the intense focus of a child absorbing important lessons. She asks questions, some simple, some surprisingly profound. She wants to know why people cared so much about their house. She wants to know if the people who said mean things are sorry now. She wants to know if anyone will fly a drone over their home again. They answer as honestly as they can, trying to give her the tools she'll need to navigate a world that will always be curious about her family. The mansion continues to stun visitors, continues to appear in articles and videos, continues to be a source of fascination for fans around the world. Yang Mei Mei has made peace with that, accepting that her home will always be of interest to people who admire her. She's even done a few carefully controlled features over the years, sharing parts of her home on her own terms, giving fans a glimpse without sacrificing her privacy entirely. But the heart of the home remains private. The family room with its comfortable, lived-in sofas. Their daughter's room with its magical forest mural. The small room at the end of the hallway where Yang Mei Mei goes to remember, to reflect, to be alone with her thoughts. Those spaces are not for public consumption. They are for family, for love, for the quiet moments that make a house a home. So that is the story. A drone video of Yang Mei Mei's mansion went viral, stunning fans across the globe and sparking intense controversy. The reactions were divided, some celebrating her success, others criticizing her wealth. She issued a statement addressing the situation honestly, then stepped back to focus on what mattered. The controversy eventually faded, but its impact lingered, teaching her valuable lessons about privacy, perspective, and the importance of home. Today, she lives peacefully in the mansion that once caused such a stir, grateful for every beautiful corner, but even more grateful for the family that fills it with love.